Hello, hello, everybody. It's December 30th, 2021,
Yeah.
and today is our final broadcast for the month, for the year, and we are excited to wrap up this entire month's training.
Yeah.
We've been
It seems
talking,
like we've been at this a long time.
it has been, and I want to share with you, we've been at this for a long time. And if you've been following, you'd realize that you're going to be at this for a long time too. All right. If you've
Yeah.
been following this month's series, the 12-point checklist to starting your online business. And the reality is, both Deb and I, we fully understand that these 12 points may be 12 things that you do, but they take a while.
Yeah.
And you've got to take your time when you're doing it. So today is finale. It's launch. All right.
Lance, yay, let's go. Well, maybe.
Maybe, maybe not, all right? But yes, one of the things that we were joking about is that there are people who launch their business in between 3 months to 5 years.
Yep.
And that's the reality of it. So when you're launching your business, yeah, you're hitting that blue or red or pink, whatever button it is, and you're going live. Sales pages, everything is firing on all cylinders. But guess what? You're kind of now starting.
Right. Right. Who are you? You got to let people know that now. Because yes, you've put all the shall I say ducks in a row for your business, but
Mhm.
nobody knows that. They need to find out who you are. So that means you've got to reach out to them and let them know who you are. And how do you do that? Well, social media, email, what else, Hillary?
Um,
Newsletters,
Newsletters, yes,
all
blog
kinds of
post,
ways.
all your
Yep.
blog posts.
Yep.
So, one of the things that we've been talking about over the last 5 weeks is the reality that you do a lot of things behind the scenes for your business, and your business resides on your hub, on your
Right.
website. All right. It's your online business. But guess what? And I like to tell people this: Amazon.com has been around for a lot longer than yourname.com.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So, what that means is when you launch, you're actually in the stage where you're trying to get people from wherever they are on the internet to you. That's basically what you're doing. And that's why we kind of joke, because it could take anywhere from 3 months to 5 years.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Because depending on your niche, depending on what, and you've done your research, you've done your competitive analysis back in week 1 or 2. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was week 1. All
Yep.
right. Um, you already know who your competitors are. You already know the market. You already know the landscape. So you know that you probably have a little uphill battle to climb here. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that your audience isn't out there. Your audience is out there. What you're focusing on now during launch is getting people to your products and services. That's what you're focusing on. And how
Right.
do you do that? The
Well,
audience.
we have to get them engaged. And how do you
Mhm.
do that? Well, again, posts, blogs, newsletters, emails. But the big thing about all of that is consistency. You have to be consistent in order for them to say, "Hey, oh, I see this Hillary's reaching out to me again. What does this Deb have to say again? I just read something from her yesterday." That's how they start to learn who you are. And if you are giving really good value to them, they're going to perk up and say, "Oh, I like her. She's giving me value. I learned something there. Oh, I can use that." So, consistency and value are number one in how to, first of all, find your audience, and second of all, eventually get them to engage with you.
Yes, because you want that engaged audience. You want a
Mhm.
consistently engaged audience that's going to want to buy from you. Okay,
Right.
no, you would have done your research in terms of who it is that you really want to sell to. And what you're doing now in launch is really reaching out to them, speaking to them, giving them value. Any question that you think they may have at the top of their mind, whether it's related to your product or service or not, you need to be there addressing those questions. All right. So it's like when I was the stage that we're in, young motherhood, I remember anytime somebody mentioned potty training, I would perk up. Okay. And it probably had nothing to do with their business, but I was their target market, a young mother. What do
Mhm.
young mothers struggle with? How to start a business online? Or
Mhm.
do they struggle with potty training,
Mhm.
bedtime routines, and all of these other things that every other mother in the universe has dealt with?
Yep. And that's kind of like with me. I'm not a young mother anymore. I stepped out of the medical field
Mhm.
into entrepreneurship. So I have gone through enough struggles that now I'm going to, because I perked up when somebody said something about, are you struggling with the technology, or do you understand social media? Whatever it is, I perked up and I
Mhm.
listened. And so that's what I need to do to give back what I learned,
What you
just
learn.
like Hillary.
Exactly, exactly. All right. So when you're spending time, one of the things that we also talked about launch. So in case we didn't use the word, all right, we didn't use the word traffic, but effectively everything that we mentioned, social media posts, email, newsletters, blog posts, what else did we mention? I've completely forgotten.
Newsletters, blog posts, emails, social media posts,
Right.
just content posts.
Mhm.
Uh,
You can't forget advertising. Basically, that's what we're saying here. All right,
yeah.
because you are driving traffic. Launch means start driving traffic to those offers. All
Hmm.
right, and inside of your launch, you're gonna find this nice little cycle that you find yourself in. It's a cycle that you started way back at the beginning. Okay, and this cycle, we're talking about testing. You're back in the lab and you're like, Deb, Hillary, didn't we do this in like point whatever? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Shouldn't I be over that? I'm ready to move forward. Tough cookies. It's
yeah,
always, we always, always, always test. You don't think Amazon doesn't test all the time on what products are going to go with their audience
hmm,
or what isn't going to go? Everybody does the testing. It sounds cliche and it sounds repetitious, but it is. And that's how you learn and you grow and find your niche by testing and
yes.
finding your audience that really resonates with you.
And you see, at this stage, you're doing a lot of testing. What you're testing at this stage is your traffic, okay? Because the first testing we went through, kind of like your funnel, we tested to see if people were even interested in buying that product.
Right.
But this testing, we're testing from traffic right through your funnel. Okay. So the testing, you have to gather insights and you have to gather insights from every aspect of your activity, from your social posts, from your advertising, from your blog post, from your Pinterest activity, from your newsletters, okay?
Mhm.
All of this information, you have to gather the insights. And what do we mean by insights? Sorry. If I'm coming across choppy, I'm seeing myself delayed. um, Deb, you hearing me?
I am,
Oh,
and you're not coming across choppy.
all right.
You're
Okay.
nice
Cool.
and smooth.
All
So,
right. Cool. All right. That's good to know. But insights, you want to gather things like how many people saw your post, how many
mhm.
people did you send out the email newsletter to, how many people opened the email, how
Yeah,
many people clicked on your ad, all right, and then how many people actually clicked to your website. Those are different points of insights that you want to be gathering. And then you're going to
exactly.
start to analyze the data. You're going to start to
Hmm.
dig in and start analyzing the data. And this is
And
where, my
Go
like
ahead.
my numbers brain gets all excited, right? Because a lot of people, they focus on the traffic and they're like, I want to get 1 million impressions on this, and then they get one click, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, with this, you will find it that, as you go along, as you move along with your business, 3 months, a year, 5 years, you're going to change, but so is your audience. And that's what all of this testing is about, also, because you'll need to tweak where you need to tweak.
Yeah.
You know, what's your name again? Hillary. Sorry.
Guys, it's the
Hillary
end of the year.
is possibly out of the potty stage now. So she has advanced to something else. Eventually, she'll advance to teenage girls. Been there, done that. Glad it's done. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's why we have to test and look at these insights, is because not only are you growing and your business is growing, but so is your audience. They're changing also. They're growing with you.
Mhm.
So we can never check those insights and do that testing
And
really
analyze the
too
data.
much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
And then obviously, once you have the data, you've got to make your tweaks, you've got to make your changes. And one of the beautiful things is that when you, if you, the person, let's put it this way, like Deb was saying, the person, your audience may change, they grow because everybody grows over time, right? So, but the product that you're selling really should be something that could solve a specific problem,
Right.
right?
Right.
And if the person has that problem, whether they are a mother or a single person, or they fall into different demographics, but if they all have that same problem, dry skin, right? Dry, itchy skin. Your product is going to solve that problem, right? What you have to tweak and modify is how you connect with the people with dry, itchy skin. Okay,
Right.
let's say that as an example.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's whether it's dry, itchy skin or just struggling with the terminology of technology or whatever it is, you are the problem solver.
Exactly.
And so as they evolve, you will evolve, and possibly your product will
Will
evolve,
evolve
or
too.
your service, whatever it is that you have for your
Yes.
business.
Hmm. But at least you would have gone through the backbone of how you created, how you set that up. So
Right.
what you're really modifying and implementing is your solution, how you connect with your audience, and then also how you're building the influence to connect with your audience. You're modifying those things. And then guess what? You continue to test, because once you launch, you are literally in a forever lab until you decide to close down your
Yeah.
online business.
Exactly. Exactly. So, if you have heard nothing that we have said in 5 weeks, analyze. And some of the four things that you're going to analyze is gathering insights, your data, analyzing the data, looking at it and seeing who's clicking and where are they clicking, where are they going for you, where do you want them to go, that kind of thing, and modifying and implementing and testing.
And then testing. Right? So if you've heard nothing tonight, those four things. All right? Just keep those four things in mind.
Yep.
And we want to wish you all a very happy new year.
Can't believe a new year's almost here.
Yeah, even though we got like a day before the end of this year, right? But still, this is
I
our
know.
last broadcast for the year 2022. And we are very thankful for you all joining us, even though we've changed days, changed. Oh my goodness, we had a lot of ups and downs. But
And that's life.
that's life.
And possibly you've had a lot of ups and downs, and
Yes,
hopefully
sister.
we've been a little bit of a bright spot in your life to raise you up if that's what you needed. Whether you laughed at us, like, oh my God, look at Deb's hair. Oh my goodness, Hillary, we can't hear you. Or we can hear you, but you're frozen, or whatever has ever happened. We hope that it's lifted you and made you smile. And all I can say is Happy New Year. And everyone, if you have been listening to us for a while, you know we have been getting you to get revved up, so to say. So when 2022 hits in what, a day and a half, not even a day and a half, um, you are ready to hit the road running.
Running. Yep, definitely. All right. So have a great night, and we'll see you in the new year.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.